tips on throwing your lead hook. Now, throwing your lead hook, there's so many different ways to throw that punch. You can watch different tutorials, go to different gyms, and they're all going to teach different ways to do the punch, but all those ways could potentially be correct. Now, we're going to start from the feet. One thing that has to be universally correct is that you have to be in the correct boxing stance. Legs not too far apart, legs not too close together. We're going to stand toe to heel, shoulder width apart. Now, your feet, when you throw your hook, your feet don't have to turn at all. They can stay still, and you could just rotate your hips and your shoulder, just like that when you throw your lead hook. Or you can turn on the front foot, just like that. You can turn on the front foot. Now, turning on the front foot gives you extra rotation. Look, when I'm here like that, my body stops me and stops. When I turn with my left hook, I allow my body to flow more. It's the mechanics of your body. That extra rotation gives you extra power because you have extra momentum, extra distance to build speed and power. So you can turn on your lead foot, but you can also turn on your rear foot. So I'm in my guard right now, and I'm going to turn on my rear foot. My rear foot is elevated. Right now, it's elevated. I'm going to turn and make it flat. So I'm going to turn and make my rear foot flat, just like that. It's elevated. I'm on the balls of my feet, and I'm going to turn just like that. So that's 3 different ways in which you can throw your hook, your lead hook, from your feet. Now, your waist, your hips. This is so important when throwing your hook, especially for maximum power. You have to learn how to rotate and whip. Rotate and whip. Now, that rotation and that whip isn't from pushing like you would in a jab. It's not from pushing, but rather it's from pulling. It's from pulling from the rear side of your body. So when you're here, your arm is just a slingshot. It's a sling, and you have to whip it with your body. So as I pull back and I rotate, as I pull back, I can launch it harder. As I pull back, you can launch, just like that. So you have to really master and perfect the turn of the hip when you throw your lead hook. Now, we go to the arms. When you throw your lead hook, you want your shoulder to protect your chin. You don't want to be hooking like this, because I'm open. I'm open for a counter. I can see a big right hand landing right now. Instead, you need to make your arm shoulder level. You need to make your arm at the same level as your chin, just like this. Look, you can't see my chin. I can see over my arm. I can still see my opponent, but he can't see my chin. And if you can't see your chin, that means they can't hit you. So you're going to make sure that your chin is tucked into your shoulder when you throw your hook. Another tip is that you want to make sure your elbow passes through your opponent. If your elbow passes through your opponent, guess what that means? That means you punch through the target. My fist has gone through the target, which also means you're going to have maximum punch power, just like that. So we're going to turn through, keeping our rear hand glued to our chin. Look at this. Look at my rear hand. It's glued to my chin, and I throw the punch. It's glued to my chin, and I throw the punch. Just like that. Now, when you throw the punch, you want to make sure your arm is also at a right angle. When you throw your hook, you don't want to be throwing your hook and your arm is straight like that, because that's not a hook. Even though you're whipping it, it's not a hook. You need to make your arm at a right angle, which is going to maximize the power in your kinetic chain when you whip your body. Because my arm is like a hook right now, and I'm going to whip round like that. Now, the last point I'm going to give you is how your fist should be positioned. Should it be facing towards me? Should it be facing the ground? Should it be twisted and coming downwards? Now, all are correct, and all should be used in different time periods. But I throw my lead hook with my palm facing towards me, just like a lot of the great boxers. I throw my lead hook with my fist facing towards me. I believe you can get a lot more whip on the punch when your palm faces towards you. So for me, that's the correct way that I think you should punch for maximum punch power with your lead hook. But there's loads of boxers, especially amateur boxers, and some pros like Golovkin. He's got a deadly hook, and he punches with his palm facing towards the ground. So I guess it really comes down to comfortability. Which one feels better for you? And that's some tips and tutorials on your lead hook.